Hey there again. Just concluding this riding experience. I have to say, the bike performed well. I really put it through its paces. Started out with some sidewalk, some hardscape, and that was smooth, uneventful. I tried the normal mode, the eco mode, and the sport mode, and was just kind of exploring all those. And I'm not really going to just go into detail here. But I will say this, when you're on a small trail with a lot of little twists and turns and trees and bushes, I usually put this thing in 0. If it's got some hills on it, I'll put it in 1 because the torque's so great. You don't even need the electricity on this bike when it's like that. When it's a larger trail, hillside, more speed, that tends to work better. I found myself putting it in 0, 1, 2. My confidence started building 3, 4, and 5 on the open prairie trails. And I tell you what, that bike, the brakes, you don't have to squeeze hard. They just, they're very controlled. Once I kind of melded with the bike more, gosh, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to ride. I took it on a beaten, ruddy, rocky sections of the trail. Some sections were gravel, and it just did so well. It was smooth. The bumps, I didn't miss the front shocks at all. I've said it once, I'll say it again. The suspension was great. And I take it back. The throttle, even though I think there is a program out there that we can do with that throttle to finesse it a little bit so it can creep and crawl, I did play with touching it on and off, and it worked. It helped me out of some tight spots, and I really like that. I took it into a creek with about a 10-foot bank, and tell you what, there was a sandbar in the middle that was gravel. I don't think even a 3-inch tire would have made it through that. It would just sunk and swallowed me. Maybe we'll show that in the video, maybe not. And I came back through, and I made it through the second time. I think a lot of it was just the operator, myself, and learning kind of how the bike performs and when to kind of use the pedal assist and when to use the throttle. And we made it almost up the bank coming again on the way back, all the way up to the edge. And then the mud and the slickness, I just kind of lost it. It kind of went, up in the air a little bit. But it was fun trying, and I took it high speed over some rough stuff, and I have to say, no bolts that existed shook, except I loosened the seat a little bit, and I think I just need a torque wrench to really torque those Allen bolts down. But I did loosen up the seat just from the vibration. And riding back, I could have used those mud guards they have, which is on my order, and probably a rack just to put my junk on. But that's coming out. I think they're working. They're working. Let's see what they surprise us with. There were some other shots I wanted, but batteries just ran out. But I wanted to give you guys a feel for the bike, me on it. A GoPro would have been better, but I had to choose between sunlight and going to the store, buying it, charging it up, learning how to use it, and I was just going to lose sunlight, so I decided not to do that. What else could I tell you? Pavement, we rode on pavement and just smooth. Like I said, when you get up to 15 miles per hour and you're in the 4 and 5 mode, it's like sometimes my legs are trying to catch the pedal. And that, I think, is the algorithm and the sensors, and they're working on that. I think that's going to be fine. But gosh, it was just great. It was just great out there today. One thing I will say, when going downhill and you got to make some decisions, or you're going uphill and it's kind of steep and you got to make decisions, you got to rely on your gear. That left pedal assist, you really have to press it. And when the bike is vibrating, and it's just hard to even get your thumb on there sometimes. So great for urban, for street, for sidewalk, for gravel, for long trails, for when you're going high speeds cruising. Great to use, but when you're making split-second decisions, you're going to have to rely on your right gear set when you're biking. This is an all-around bike. This Zectron bike, it's all-around bike. I think today also I would like to get a derailleur guard. I wish that would come with the bike standard, because after today, this just not just an urban cruising commuter touring bike. It is also an electric BMX bike. That's how I would say that. So enjoy those front forks that were stiff. The shock was great on the trails, great on gravel, great on sidewalk. But when it comes to long commuting on a paved scape, I wish there was a way, and I don't even know if it's possible, that we could lock that shock out and make it stiff. Is there a shock design out there, Zectron? Maybe you can answer on our YouTube video here and let us know if that's even possible. But maybe one day it will be, because when you lock it out, you get more pedal efficiency, and I think you could probably get, if you could lock that thing out and tried to pedal 150 miles, you're going to put another 30 miles easy on that bicycle, because the kinetic force is not bouncing up and down. It's just true to the road and cruising. So yeah, that's another thought. I've been running this bike hard for 2 days, and I squeezed the battery life just about out of it. My phone died before it did, but it wasn't far behind. And have to say, biking home on low battery, that battery just kept giving. I did not detect. I was just hoofing it home because it was getting cold. Just really pedaling hard on 5, and that bike, the battery just kept giving me all it had. I did not really detect a reduction in power. That is interesting, because most of the e-bikes I'm on, when the power starts going down, you can feel it. Didn't feel it, and I probably had an 1/8 left. It was blinking, and just cruised hard. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this section of the video, and look forward to sharing it.